Terry Crews. Y'all got the same demeanor, man. Both y'all's faces look evil. He look like he could be your twin brother.
No, we got that serious look to us.
Yeah, man, y'all look serious, man. Like y'all gonna hurt somebody.
But anyway, Terry Crews, he went on Don Lemon's show the other night.
Yeah.
He had to defend some tweets.
Yeah.
His tweets upsetted people, man. Offended people.
Yeah.
What you can't do in 2020. Your tweet can't offend nobody.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right? All right, let me put up the first tweet.
Yeah, man.
If you are a child of God, you are my brother and sister.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I have family of every race, creed, and ideology.
Oh, man, that's good.
We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better.
Terry, man, that was beautiful, man. That sound like Dr. Martin Luther King, man.
Yeah?
We should call Terry Crews Dr. Reverend Terry Crews. That was beautiful, man. No matter what your race, ideology, that means liberal or conservative, black or white. We are all brothers.
Yeah, we're in this together.
How would that upset anybody?
Let me read the second tweet.
Oh, I know how they got upset.
What?
Black Lives Matter, man. They kind of sensitive, man.
Yeah, they real sensitive. All right, let me read the second tweet. Are all white people bad? No.
That's true.
Are all black people good?
Hell no.
Look, knowing this reality, I stand on my decision to unite with good people.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no matter the race, creed, or ideology. Given the number of threats against this decision, I also decide to die on this hill.
Man, Terry, my brother, I will die with you, my friend. I will go on that hill with you.
Ain't nobody trying to die. That was a metaphor. You crazy? That was a metaphor.
Terry, you ain't trying to die, man. You too famous. You too rich. You got a lot to live for.
Look here. So Terry Crews get interviewed by Don Lemon. Check this horrible interview out. Jesus Christ.
When I describe this, when you look in the city of Chicago, there are 9 children who died by gun violence, by black-on-black gun violence, from June 20th all the way to today. And you're talking about, even with the Atlanta child murders, there were 28 kids who died in 2 years. You're talking about a month, and you have 9 black kids, and the Black Lives Matter movement has said nothing about this.
What does that have to do with equality, though, Terry? I don't understand what that has to do with equality, because listen, there's crime. There are people in those communities those people aren't just being nonchalant about gun violence. I lived in Chicago. There are many people who are working in those communities to try to get rid of the gun violence. The gun culture in this country is prevalent, but I don't understand what that has to do with a movement that's for equality for black people. It's not mutually exclusive that if you care about equality for black people, that somehow you're going to stop random violence or, unfortunately, kids from being shot. It just seems like apples and oranges.
You know, it's not that way. You know, this is the thing, Don. You know, black people need to hold other black people accountable. I said this the same thing. This is the Black America's version of the Me Too movement. If anything is going to change, we ourselves need to look at our own communities and look at each other and say, this thing cannot go down. And this is the thing, too. There are a lot of great, great people there who are held hostage, by people who literally are running these neighborhoods with violence and then claiming that Black Lives Matter. When you look at the parents of these little kids who are saying, hey, man, why aren't they speaking up for me, too? And this is what I'm saying. When I look at this whole thing about, you know, it's about who is controlling the narrative. It's got to be all Black Lives Matter. And what's happened is that because I even challenged it, because I even questioned and warned people,
Terry,
I became this thing. Like if I told you to wear a mask,
but Terry,
they want to kick you out.
You're a high-profile person. You're writing things out there. You know you're going to get backlash. You know people are going to respond to what you're saying on Twitter. So I don't think you should be surprised by that. I have a skin as tough as an armadillo because of what I do, and I think maybe you should adapt that. But here's what I have to say. The Black Lives Matter movement was started because it was talking about police brutality. If you want an all Black Lives Matter movement that talks about gun violence in communities, including, black communities, then start that movement with that name. But that's not what Black Lives Matter is about. It's not an all-encompassing. So if you're talking about, if someone started a movement that said, cancer matters, and then someone comes in and says, why aren't you talking about HIV? It's not the same thing. We're talking about cancer. So the Black Lives Matter movement is about police brutality and injustice in that manner, not about what's happening in black neighborhoods. There are people who are working on that issue, and if you want to start that issue, why don't you start it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
But when you look at the organization, police brutality is not the only thing they're talking about.
I know that. I agree, but that's not what the Black Lives Matter movement is about, Terry. Black Lives Matter is about police brutality and about criminal justice. It's not about what happens in communities when it comes to crime, black-on-black crime. People who live near each other, black people, kill each other. Same as whites. 80-some% of white people are killed by white people. True. Because of proximity.
Very true.
It's the same thing with black people.
But
that happens in every single neighborhood. But that doesn't, again, I'm not saying that's not important that those kids died, but it's a different movement.
Hey, Don. Hold up, Don. You're a journalist. If you're going to ask a question, I think you're supposed to let him answer. Yeah. Just when he get to explaining himself, you see it going in a direction you don't want it to go, you cut him off. You know what that's called, Don? It's called oppression. You just oppressed this man on TV. A black man. Another black man oppressing another black man. That's what's going on in our urban neighborhoods. That's where the true oppression is occurring. Yeah, I can't believe Don actually admitted on live television that Black Lives Matter only stand. It doesn't really stand for all Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter stands for 0.1% of the black deaths. Yeah. They only care when a white man kills a black man. They don't care about the other 99.9%. Hey, everybody, think of this. Think you start an organization called Black Lives Matter, but you only focus on the 0.1%. Yeah, the 1/10 of black people to get killed by a UPS truck. What? Yeah, that's the only deaths you care about. Only people that die by a UPS truck run you over. That's what sense Black Lives Matter make. 1/10 of the deaths, maybe less than 1% of the deaths that is occurring in the black community. Yeah. That's the only deaths they care about. So when you continue to say Black Lives Matter, that is just a lie. That's why I would never say that. Black Lives Matter only cares about the black deaths at the hands of a white person because it's not about black lives. It's a political agenda. Yeah, that's the only lives they care about. That's what this is all about. The ones they can twist to use it against to get Trump out of office. The deaths that is causing this country to raise money to give to Democratic candidates. That's the only deaths they care about. Look, the oppression that black people see in this country, I don't doubt they don't see oppression. Yeah. But that oppression is from other black people. Yeah. Imagine living in a black neighborhood in Chicago where 10 people die a night, hundreds a week. Yeah, people have to sleep in their bathtubs because they're scared their children's going to get shot. Isn't that called oppression? Living in fear in your own neighborhoods? Yeah, black kids, and y'all talk about equality. Where's the equality in that? Black kids are being murdered in our own urban neighborhoods at a far greater number than white kids. Yeah. That's not equality. Yeah, Don Lemon says this. He ain't trying to hear that because of close proximity. Okay, I get that whole close proximity BS you're trying to push. White people kill each other because they live close to each other. Yeah. Black people kill each other because they live close to each other. Yeah. But why is it this close proximity BS? Why it's BS? 50% of the deaths in this country is committed by 6% of the population. That 6% of the population is black males, 16 to 40. Yeah. 6% of the population account for 50% of the murders.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
proximity.
That's BS.
That proximity effect is an excuse.
Yeah,
you don't address the real issue.
Yeah, it's to deflect. Yeah. If close proximity is a thing, then show me a white Chicago. I can show you a lot of black Chicagos, Detroit, Baltimore, any inner city in this country, you're going to find that.
This ran by Democrats. They're killing each other. You keep talking about gun culture. No, gun culture, you're conflating two things. Gun culture and criminal culture.
Yeah.
That's criminal culture. People owning guns, that's your right. That's in the Constitution.
Yeah, millions of Americans own guns to protect themselves.
You trying to blame guns for black deaths? No, you can only blame black people for causing those black deaths. Yeah. Those guns have nothing to do with it.
The criminals.
They're criminals. They're thugs.
That is not gun culture.
That's thug culture. What is preached in black music, which is preached in our movies.
Don also made an argument that he started comparing
cancer to AIDS.
Yeah, he said, no, we only care about these black deaths, not these black deaths. That's 99%. That's like comparing. And then Don said something like, that's like comparing HIV and cancer. No, we're not talking about HIV. We're talking about cancer. No, we're still talking about the same thing, Don. Black deaths.
Yeah, black lives. That's what everybody's talking about. And
that is a perfect example of false equivalence.
Yeah. Anytime you're debating anybody on the left, that's the major issue you're going to run into is their logic is not sound. They make irrational opinions, irrational comparisons.
Yeah.
He just used an example that it has nothing to do with black lives. We always been talking about black lives, Don.
Yeah, he's talking about cancer and HIV.
Stick to the topic, Don.
Don, you are a horrible journalist. You can't even call yourself a journalist at this point. You are a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party.
Hey.
You wasn't having him on that show to speak his side. You was cutting him off the entire time.
Yeah.
Dr. Reverend Terry Crews.
Hey, Don, and other black liberals just watching my video right now. The only oppression I see that's going on in this country that I'm experiencing is from black folks.
Yeah.
Right? I get called a coon by top celebrities in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Trey Songz. D.L. Hughley. Yeah. Just because I'm conservative and I'm black.
There is certain cities I can't even perform a comedy show because I'm conservative.
Yeah.
I'm oppressed, not from white people.
Yeah.
It's from black people. That's crazy as hell.
I'm being oppressed. And you don't see me complaining about it. You don't see me crying and marching. I'm going to still keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think of me.
Because we choose to empower ourselves and not victimize ourselves.
All lives matter.
Yeah.
Go to officialhorsestwins.com and pick you out a patriotic t-shirt today. Hell, I'm even giving you 20% off. Just type in discount code Chinese Virus. We call it Chinese because it's from China. We making t-shirts great again. Yeah.